The new year is approaching. 2025 has flown extremely quickly, but I thought I'd share a couple of lessons that made my 2025 the most successful year of my life so far that you can bring into 2026 so you can ensure that it has the same impact on yours. So here's a quick summary of what actually happened in 2025 that made it the best year. If you scroll down on my channel right now, about 6 months ago, I posted a video about me taking my school community from $0 to $10,000 a month. And I think we had like 100 members. I'm not sure like how many members we were on, but right now we have over 1,600 and my business is doing well over $10,000 a month, to say the least, thank God. And that being said, I've managed to build one of the biggest sales communities from the UK. We'll get there soon for the US, but we've helped hundreds of people land the sales role, get into the high ticket space. And if you want to check that out, by the way, the link will be in the description. But anyways, let's get into the top 3 lessons, or I guess top 3 things that you should bring in to 2026. If you're watching this, you're probably not making the amount that you want to make. You've probably procrastinated year after year. You kept telling yourself that this was the year where you're going to make something happen, and unfortunately it didn't. But that's going to change after you watch this. The number one lesson that you need to take in, or the number one thing that you need to do, is to plan out a roadmap on exactly how you're going to make this the most successful year. And there are 3 stages to that. The first stage is deciding on a path, right? So this is the one thing that you want to do, that you're going to dedicate the next 12 months to. And the one rule that there is to this is the fact that you are not allowed to change the goal, the destination, or whatever the case is. Because one thing that I used to struggle with is actually changing what I wanted to do constantly. It's like I would try dropshipping, and then I would try this thing, and then I would try that thing. And before you know it, none of them actually came to where I wanted them to come to, because I didn't give it enough time to grow and progress. So take a second, take a minute to think about what it is that you want to do. Maybe you want to start a specific business. Maybe you want to go into sales. And look, I might sound biased when I say this, but I genuinely do mean it. Sales is like the most surefire way to hit your income goals without having to invest a lot of money, without having to juggle so many different skills like advertising, website building, all of that stuff. You just have to learn the skill of sales, and there are so many companies that would be willing to just grab you up, put you into their sales team, and make sure that you're getting leads that are highly interested, that are just like ready to be closed. And once again, if you do want to get into the sales space, the link will be in the description below. And if you want one-to-one help specifically with me, I'll put my Calendly link below so you can book in directly to see if I can actually help you out. But anyways, putting that to one side, first thing you need to do is decide on what you want to do. Once you've decided on what you want to do, you need to create some urgency. Now, urgency is single-handedly what I would say is like 70% of the reason why 2025 was as good of a year as it was. Like, I had timelines for everything. We operated with speed, and you've probably heard of the saying like success loves speed. Ever since I've heard that, I've applied it into my life, and it's made a world of a difference. Everything that we say we're going to do, we execute within a couple of days, where most people would take a couple of months to do it. And that's what's helped us progress so much. I mean, think about it this way. In a year, we've gained over 1,600 members in the free community that are all getting value from it. And the only reason why that's happened is because of how quickly we've moved on everything we said we were going to do. Now I'm going to give you an example of what this roadmap could look like for you. Let's say if you wanted to get into sales. So we have 12 months, right, to get to that goal. And for the sake of, I guess, putting a goal out there, let's say your goal is to make $10,000 a month, right? So we have 12 months to go from 0 or a couple of thousand, depending on what it is that you're doing, to get all the way up to $10,000 a month. The first 3 months is all about learning. Okay, learning the skill of sales, appointment setting, closing, whatever it is, digesting as much information as possible and doing as much practice as humanly possible. Okay, you have to become really, really, really good at this if you want to do well. But the good news is you only have to get really good at one thing instead of trying to get good at 10 different things within the span of 12 months. So in these 3 months, you can go ahead, like watch my videos I've made on sales, join the free community where you can access more information, scour the internet, look at other people's videos. I'm not saying you should just listen to me, right? Like there's so much information out there for you to actually start learning the skill and start applying it. And number 2, like once you've done your learning, don't just be a procrastinator like, okay, yeah, I'm productive because I'm learning. No, you have to start doing role play. You can do this with family, friends. Inside of the free community, there are so many members that you can actually reach out to for role plays, and they'll be more than happy to do it because you guys share the same goal. But yeah, that's like the main thing. You got to be learning, applying, getting good. From that 3 months, for the next 1 to 2 months after that is all about landing a role. Now, there are 2 ways of doing this. The first way is hard. but you have no, like, there is no alternative. It's like if you don't do this thing, you're just going to have the same year where you failed to hit your goals. Is to do outreach, okay? Reach out to influencers on Instagram, Facebook groups, LinkedIn, whatever it is that you need to do. Get in front of as many people as possible, present them with who you are, show them how you can add value to their business, and eventually you're going to land yourself a role within a month to 2 months. The second route, once again, if you do want to get like a quicker way, kind of break down the 9 to 12 months that it's going to take you to hit 10. If you want to bring it down to like 3 to 6, then I would suggest booking a call with me to see how we can help you directly inside the Closer Fastlane program. But if you're not in a position to do that right now, no problem. You can take the freeway and that will still work for you. The timeline would just be a little bit longer. So you've done 1 to 2 months of outreach, you've contacted someone, eventually you'll land yourself a sales role. 9 times out of 10, your first sales role will be as an appointment setter if you have no previous sales experience. And this is great because it will allow you to make between 2 to 4 grand a month, working 3 to 4 hours a day whilst you're in a space where everybody's selling and you're kind of in that environment, just learning and kind of acting like a sponge and just taking all this information in, preparing you for what's to come next around month 6, or let's say month 7, where you transition into now a closer. If you don't know, closers make between 10 to 20% on deals, and average deal size is like $5,000. So you can make anywhere between $500 to $1,000 per every deal that you close. And this is now your gateway to making 10 grand or more than 10 grand per month. Once you get to this point, it's all about you actually doing everything possible to keep improving, keep becoming better, so you can constantly add to the amount that you're making and stay learning. Don't just think because I'm making $10,000 a month, I know everything there is to know about, sales, or like I'm the best closer on the planet. If you keep improving, what that's going to allow you to do is to continue to make more and potentially move into higher tier offers where you're selling something that's more expensive to better vetted leads or whatever the case might be. And if you follow that correctly, months 8 to 12, you should end up hitting your first 10K month, which is going to set you up for an amazing 2027 where you've got the skills, you know what you're doing, you're making 10 grand a month, and from there you can move into anything, whether it's a business that you want to start, which is the same thing that I done, whether it's like investments that you want to get into, whatever the case is, having that money there and becoming the person or the version of you that's able to make $10,000 a month will open so many more opportunities for you. Because believe it or not, whatever stage you're at, however much money that you're making is like a specific version of you. It's like you right now, who you are. You cannot make $10,000 a month, but the person that you're going to become throughout the process that I've just listed out, you're going to be someone who's capable of making that and then more, the more you progress and the better that you become as a person overall. And the third part of the whole process, and I know I briefly touched on this earlier, but believe me when I say this is the most important thing. Number 1 was knowing what you want to do. Number 2 was giving yourself urgency. And number 3 was actually sticking to it. Throughout this 12-month period, you're going to have times where you feel like giving up. You're going to have times where you feel like this is too difficult. You're going to have times where a new opportunity comes up and you're going to be like, oh, this looks interesting. This looks like the easiest way to get to 10 grand a month. Stick to whatever you choose at the end of this year. So at the time of recording this, it's the 27th of December. Hopefully by the time you're seeing it, it's still not after the new year. Whatever you decide on prior to the 31st, that's what you're going to stick to for the whole of 2026. No matter what happens, no matter how difficult it gets, no matter what challenges you face, just stick to that thing, because I promise you, if you stick to it, eventually things will start making sense, things will click, and you will actually start hitting your goals within that specific sector. That's basically everything that you need to know. And I promise you, I know it sounds simple, but simple is what's actually scalable. So you got to do the simple things first, do them well, and that's going to be the gateway to you actually hitting your goals, whether it's in regards to your income, whether it's in regards to your physicality, whatever the case is. This is the process that has taken me from pretty much zero to where I'm at today. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Other than that, if you did find value in the video, please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. Remember to check out the free community if sales is what you want to do. But other than that, I hope you have a happy new year, and I hope that 2026 is the best year of your life, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.